perceived from one perspective all about negative keywords. It's like bondages, judgments, thirst for possessions, such kind of things. We meet any kind of bondages into this life, we just see them and we know how to deal with them because the code of temperance, the code of self-control is deeply instilled in us. If we establish the code of inner alchemy, transformation of shadow into light within this card, we go through this card, the devil, in a very easy way. The only chance to win is to connect to our heart, to our deep spirit core, and to go beyond logic through the good, beautiful, and truthful. Whenever you meet that card within you, you stop fearing it. You perceive it that, oh, now it's the time to explore my addictions or maybe bondages. So the card, the devil, it is perceived from one perspective all about negative keywords. It's like bondages, judgments, limited perceptions, generalizations. It's like limited perception of this world. It's continuous arguments. It's all about misunderstanding of this world. It's ignorance in relationships. It's thirst for money. It's thirst for possessions, such kind of things, you know. But when we meet this card in a mature state, and mature state, it means that we encrypted in a correct way all the previous major arcana card decks in us one by one, like in that ladder. We encrypted them all in ours, all these states, all the positive qualities in the cards of major arcana, which are positioned as the cards before the card devil. We will see that we approach this card from a very mature state, from the state of ultimate clarity, because remember, the preparatory card before the devil was temperance, and temperance, it's all about that temperance, right? When we are not about possessiveness, when we have that self-control, when we know when to say enough, and when we see and explore any kind of addictions and we meet them, we meet any kind of bondages into this life, we just see them and we know how to deal with them because the code of temperance, the code of self-control is deeply instilled in us, deeply wired in us, so we know when to say enough. When we approach this card from the position of immaturity, when we are not enough, like all of us here, look around you, what is the main thing? We are possessive, we are judgmental, we are never enough, we are not controlling our speech, our thoughts, our will, we are not controlling anything in fact. And that's why when we face all these 7 demons, we have those 7 demons like gluttony, lust, wrath, and all the rest, right? You can read about them in internet, but I'm saying that we cannot withstand them because we don't have that inner sense of peace, balance. This card is very balanced. We lost it. We lost our connection to our spirit, and that's why now we are enchained and ruled by this guy. He's laughing that much, right? So which kind of questions can we use so that we would wire ourselves correctly to establish healthy neural pathways in our brain and to withstand this guy, at least have a chance? So question number 1. How can I break free from the bondages holding me back? In, and there can be black, in, so in my career, in my relationships, in my health. So in one of my previous videos about the questions for temperance card, I mentioned that we prepare ourselves through temperance to the card the devil. And we already in the temperance card mode, we started going into the shadow work. Now we still are into the shadow work. We explore our shadowy side in here, but we already have the code of balance within us and finding that ultimate peace. We balanced our shadow and light side, and we already started alchemizing it because there is a code of alchemy in here as well. That's why if it's still not done, we are tested. We are tested by the devil. We go through the devil. If we establish the code of inner alchemy, transformation of shadow into light within this card, we go through this card, the devil, in a very easy way. In fact, we don't even even need these kind of questions, but these questions are for those who still didn't establish that code. So, how can I break free from my bondages holding me back in my career, in my relationship, or in my health? Remember that first thing in that level of consciousness here, we figure out those bondages. We want to gain that clarity. We want to balance these with our spirit deep core. But if it's still not done, we go deeper. How can I break free from all these bondages, right? Now, how can I strengthen my willpower? Or I love even better, my connection to spirit. Because guess what? When we are deeply core, like rooted into material world, we are very logical. And remember, this thing in between our ears is wired to fear, to protect us like a crab. It's protecting. So there is no chance for us to win this guy. The only chance to win is to connect to our heart, to our deep spirit core, and to go beyond logic through the good, beautiful, and truthful, okay? Through establishing that calling, request to be happy again, request for inner joy. Because this thing is only for protection. We were wired that way for thousands of years, and we cannot go against that machine. So the only thing to actually withstand this machine and to start ruling it correctly is through requesting for that power from spirit through our heart connection. Right? So the question is, how can I strengthen my connection to spirit, right? Now, there is a wonderful Heart Math University or something like this. You can just put it into Google, and I believe so it's powered by Greg Braden. And I really love what this guy is doing. So he was talking about that scientific thing, how our hearts are connected through connection to our hearts. We are connecting to spirit, and this is really changing even the whole thing, how we are thinking here. So I really urge you to go and type Heart Math Greg Braden, and you will see the whole scientific research about it. It's a wonderful thing. He proposes some meditations to establish that heart-brain connection so that you would be in that ultimate peace, and this will definitely help you to go in a peaceful way, clarity way, through the card the Devil, to establish yourself in a more mature state. Whenever you meet that card within you, you stop fearing it. You perceive it that, oh, now it's the time to explore my addictions or maybe bondages. You don't perceive it, oh, I'm a devil, there will be something horrible. No, it's the time for exploration of bondages and maybe breaking free from those bondages. Maybe someone is actually manipulating you here and you don't really see, so you want to establish that clarity, right? Now, question number 3. What or whom do I judge around me? And then the next question, for what specifically do I judge them or myself? What or whom do I judge around me, and for what specifically? I highly recommend for all of you here to read book The Work by Byron Katie. Amazing book, because it just explores the following statement: whatever I or whomever I judge here in this life, in fact, I judge myself for that. And she walks you through a specific process of regaining back that clarity towards yourself so that you would start seeing it again. And once we establish again that clarity, guess what? We start seeing that demon within us, and it stops ruling us, and the card, the tower, naturally occurs in our reality, because the demon is falling down, like everything is falling down from this tower.